Right, good morning guys. Here we're just going to be continuing getting the actual code. We've now finished our design document, so now we're going to actually get our class working. You would have already had the GUI design because all of that's kind of operational, so we don't have to worry about that. That's done when we did our design document, it's already there. But we would have to create our classes and our various classes, and the first one I'm briefly going to discuss is the storage manager. Now the storage manager class you would actually have done, or you will follow a earlier video on how to, using UCAN access, to connect to a 2007 or newer database. So literally I'm going to put the link below down there to the video, but it goes through how to add libraries that you can access, links in there, that kind of thing, and how to get your storage manager to work. But literally that's going to be a matter of just copy and paste the class into here. And then you would send through your SQL queries to this class and whatnot, and the libraries you would have imported to allow it to work. So yeah, as I say, the link will be down there, but we do need to create the rest of the classes and follow the diagrams. So the storage manager class you've now added, so your storage section will be working. You're now going to be adding the other classes that you need to create. As I said, the GUI is there. We obviously just haven't created the methods, but we'll get to those methods later. Right. The manager class is one of the ones we need. We need a storage manager, Q&A class, whatnot. So let's start off with the bottom and then we go to the top. Rather, so we need a storage manager, we need a Q&A class. So let's go and create the Q&A class. So you're literally just going to go ahead and create the various different classes in there. So you're going to say new Java class. We're going to call it Q&A. Finish. And you're going to go ahead. Now, depending on how well you answer this, if you make all these methods work, potentially your whole entire program would work immediately. Okay, best case scenario, and that's yeah, if you get that right, you'll be the first. I've never got that right, but yeah, you can try. Alright, so Q&A class, and then we're going to have questions and answer. So we're going to have private string. We're keeping to encapsulation principles. So question and answer. And then one of the methods that we had, if you hadn't put descriptions, obviously you would have had descriptions here. We have our default constructor. I would assume that, I think I was just lazy to create a fully parameterized constructor because I think that would be more useful. Yeah, so I don't think I actually completed this fully, but character array get answers, string get question. Okay. So we need a string getter for our question, and we need a public character array of get answer. Now, to my knowledge, I might be wrong on this, but answer dot to character array is actually a method that allows you to just convert it directly to character array that's available in a string. Yeah, so you follow through with your methods that you've got here. So you're literally going to code on each individual method. I don't think I'm going to go through everything with you. So from here I'll then create an array of, I'll create a method that would be called load questions, which would work with that. And the only thing that I really want to get into is, for example, how to actually now communicate with my storage manager, because that might be a bit new. So to do that, I'm not going to create everything. I want to create our add question method. So I'm going to create this method here because we've got the GUI component for that as well. So we're going to create our working or our manager class, a new Java class. We're going to call it our manager class. Finish. And inside there, we're going to have a method called add question. Now add question would receive through the level and the topic. Level, topic, question, and answer. So int level, comma string topic, comma string q, comma string a. Alright, so we've got that. Now, how would I actually run an SQL statement from there? And the next thing I also go through is how to read it from the database. I think that's mostly important from what we're going to be going through. So let's do this. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to say we're going to create our SQL statement. Now it's a good idea to have your database open and sometimes to even test your hello. My database is gone. That's slightly worrying. Okay, I had created a database and it was in here. I thought I moved it across a couple of seconds ago. Okay, no database found. It is worrying. Okay, so you would actually want to open up your database and take a look at your database when you're working with this. Unfortunately, my database has decided to disappear completely, which is concerning. That's my problem. I think with databases, there it is. Okay, I just press Control. Confusing. I did press Control Z, so maybe I had accidentally deleted it at some point and it restored it from the recycle bin. Anyway, whatever it is there. Okay, so now we've got there the different crosswords, we've got the saves, the save cells, the topic. So TBL crossword has my question, answer, topic, and level. So those are the fields that we're wanting to work with. So when we want to generate our SQL statement, we're going to, first thing you would do is you'll just create your SQL statement, and you would say is equal to insert into the table name is TBL crosswords, open brackets. You then would indicate your fields that you want. Now QID is an auto-generated number, so you would not indicate that at all. You would then have the question, you would then have the answer, you would then have the topic FK, you would then have the level. Now capital, I use all in capital, so just be careful, it's case sensitive when you're doing from Java. So we go values, open brackets. Now the first one is the question, so now it's question, this is a text, and so single inverted commas, so we're opening the SQL string. Let me just minimize this here so you guys can see it a bit better. We're minimizing, basically we're opening here an SQL string, here we're closing the Java string, so we're then saying plus Q. Okay, so we're literally going the values. I'm going to put on a new line so we can maybe see it a bit better, but literally all I'm doing here is I'm saying inverted commas, which is opening the SQL string, close the Java string, plus Q, plus inverted commas, close the SQL string, comma. So we've added the question. Now we want the answer, so open SQL string, close the Java string. So literally we need distinguishing with double inverted commas referring to my Java string. So when I open close, okay, well remember I've done it on two lines now, and same thing here. So here I'm opening SQL string, here I'm closing SQL string, open, close, sorry, close, open in that case, but yeah. So you follow the structure that's going on there. So now we want the answer, and then we want to close the SQL string, comma. The next value is the topic FK, which again a topic is a string, so inverted commas, open inverted commas, plus topic, plus, and then we now got to do the next thing, which is your close the Java string, comma, now it is a number, so we don't put any enclosing there, plus level. Now what I suggest you do is, on this case, if you are nervous about the SQL statement you're running, what you could do is you can just source out your SQL. Now remember, the sorts are system print lines, that's normally for your program, it's not really for your user. So here was just a programmer message to say, hey, I'm checking what's going on. So now if I go to my GUI class, remember we're going to have to create an instance of our storage manager. So private manager, and our manager we're going to call it man, semicolon. We're then going to initialize our manager, so we're going to say man is equal to new manager, semicolon, and that would create an instance of our manager. Now just to test out, I just want to go man dot add question. We are then going to say level 2 topic on Batman question, who was the original? I don't even know the answer to that. Actually, I shouldn't ask that question. The answer to that is Batman was the original. I don't know. Yeah, gosh, again, my comic book knowledge is bad. Anyway, so if I now run this, it will generate an SQL statement at the bottom here. So it says insert into TBL blah, 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 the original Batman 2. Now I can look at that SQL statement. I can check. Does you see it comes through with single inverted commas indicating open and close string, and it sends through the data that we put through here. So now if I had to run this SQL statement inside my database, so if I run query design, close this and run it to SQL, and I paste this into there and I run it. Okay. No, probably because it's open. No, why is it not allowing me to run this? Okay, there you go, because it was open. So if I run this, it says an error in an insert statement. And it's got to do with this level here. So when I run it, it gives me an error and indicates me where. Error in insert statement, syntax error. And it highlights the level for me. So I've done something wrong with my SQL statement. It's pulling through incorrectly. So here I've tested my SQL statement. I know it's not working. So something is wrong. So I'd open up the database, it's TBL crosswords, plural, level. Level is number, it's a byte. Oh, maybe that's giving some difficulty. That shouldn't be an issue though. Comma, question, answer, topic, comma, topic FK. Let's just check topic FK. Sometimes it's before the topic FK. Ooh, weird. Insert into TBL questions. Question, topic, FK, level. Space between there and there. Okay, just for interest's sake, I'm going to delete the level and delete the 2 and just see if that. Okay, so this is definitely the level that's causing the issue, because it's going to append a row if I did put it there. So level, comma 2, run. Now it says error in SQL statement. Level 0, design. Right. Let me try. Okay, so you're going to fix your SQL statement. I don't think it's worth me trying to fix this with you guys here. Not that you're here, but here. You guys at home probably, or wherever you are probably going, hey, I can see what he's done wrong. He's being silly. Yeah, well, hopefully you are. You know, the point is you would then, to show you the rest of this, and I'll fix this in my own time. If you're going to be going here, I would then, after I've checked the SQL statement, I can actually execute this SQL statement. And what you would do then is you would create an instance of your storage manager. So you would have a private, you can choose to open it all the time or open and close it when you need it. So I could create a local variable of it, or I could create it open permanently. That is your choice. So I'll create an instance of storage, depending on how often you're going to be querying it. Don't make sure you don't import anything. You want to create an instance of your storage manager. stman semicolon, and then in my default constructor I would want to instantiate my stman is equal to new manager, and I would then need to send through equals new storage manager, and I need to send through the database name. In my case it's called dbcrosswords.accdb semicolon. Now you'll see it will come up with an error, and that's because it's an unreported exception. If you go back to the storage manager, you'll notice that in the constructor it throws a class not found exception, meaning that it cannot, because we're now dealing with stuff external from the database, sorry, from our program, so we don't have control over it. So it could throw an error. I'm busy accessing something outside of my class, so hey, it's gone pear-shaped, we need to go and we need to be able to handle it. If something external from our influence does throw an error, we need to handle it. Now in my case, I am not going to actually handle it here. I prefer to handle it, I just throw it on further. And you'll see there that it's going to still have an error because there's two different exceptions that are thrown. So now, because we're now throwing it here, you'll see in our GUI, it'll now have an error when we initialize our manager. It now says, oh, unreported exception, because we haven't handled it, we've still just thrown it on. So I'm going to go surround block with try catch, which means that I'm now handling it. And in this case, if this happens, you need an error in initializing manager. Plus, I'll just give a bit of an explanation, and then I print out the actual EX. It's very important to print out the exception. So I'm handling it over here, so I clicked on the little arrow on the right left hand side and I said, hey, handle it. So we handled both of them. And we're saying if it's class not found, print out an error message. Same thing if it's the SQL exception. So if there's an error issue with SQL, we would say SQL exception. And it's very important to print out the message here. So for example, that insert statement that we would run would throw it. Now in my in my manager class, you'll see again now when I go add question, I need to go stman.query, and now it's sent through this SQL query. Again, it's going to throw me an underline because it's saying that there's an unreported exception. So again, we would throw it here. So we would throw it from here, and which would be sent through to my GUI. My GUI would, well, I actually haven't done that yet. So in my GUI now, when the user chooses add question, okay, so in my navigator, my frames, my frame add questions, when the user taps add, I would then want to now actually send through the answer to my manager. So I would then go string q is equal to txt question dot get text. So I would get the information through from there. I would then go string a is equal to txt answer dot get text. I'll then do string t topic is equal to txt topic. No, I think there's a combo box. CMB topic game topic. CMB topic dot get text or get value get selected item plus inverted commas and then int level is equal to spm level dot get value semicolon, and we need to convert this to an integer. So I'm getting all my values from my various different components. So for a spinner, I have to do a casting, and I have to cast it into an integer. For my combo box topic, I can just get the selected item and go through, put the level through to here. Alright, I think we're good so far. Our next level that we want to do here is, so this will cast it into an integer, put it through. We now need to run from our manager. So our man dot add question, we'll send through the level, topic, etc. Now you'll see there's a red underline. Why? Because exception that has been thrown has not been handled, and we handle it inside our GUI. So we try block, surround block with try catch. You make sure you print out an error adding class, adding question plus ex dot get message. Yeah, so we're getting the error message, we're playing it out. I'm going to now remove my test Batman question add question because we don't want to do that anymore. I now actually have a that should throw through the level, but as you see, I'm handling the errors as we come through, and this is going to have to be the end of this video after I run this. I'll show you how you select stuff afterwards, and in the next video I'll also solve the issue of what's going on, because that's yeah, not cool. Okay, so play. So when I press play, I'll have my screen up showing this error. Tables row count method data of 1, but you can access all will work fine, but it's better to repair your database. Huh. Okay. Okay, so it looks like there's an issue with potentially my table here. I don't want to say the end of this query, But it looks like that the actual table has an issue with it, so I'm just going to delete this record because it says that I should run a repair on my database, but so compact and repair. So I'm just going to run that. Okay, so the connection's open, so it's not allowing me to do that, but that's interesting. Okay, so let's just see what happens with this. So let's add a question. Hello, answer. Hello, topic. M2018 add. Nothing happened, which means errors. Okay. Okay, so you see there it gives me a table row count 1, you can access will. It gives me an SQL exception, and it goes through the indications why. Now I know because my SQL statement didn't work, it's through the exception. And I'll show you here the syntax is incorrect, execute update. Now I want to actually run a repair on my database before I go too much more into the SQL code, because maybe it's my database having an error in it. So I'm going to try that on the video, and if that doesn't work, then I'll solve the problem in my own case. So literally compact repair database. I'm going to close the database, and then I'm going to try again now. See if it'll work. Add question. I'm doing it on a different screen. I'm just going to be doing the exact same thing, so we'll see what is happening on our answer here. Add. Okay, still same error. Okay, so now it says it doesn't give me the error at the beginning with regards to the database needing to be repaired, so that's a good thing. Here it shows me the SQL statement, insert TBL crosswords, hello, hello, RT1. So there's something wrong with this statement, or something wrong with my table. So potentially I would need to work with that. I'll solve it and I'll get back to you on that. But you'll notice that because I print out the SQL statement, it's often a good idea to do that, as I can then test it more inside here and I can see more detailed error of what is exactly going wrong. So now if it won't allow me to run it without, why does it not allow me to run it? No, it's because the connection's open here, so this has got the exclusive rights of it. So if it's not allowing you to run it, it's probably because the connection is still open. So if I close my database here, it should then allow me to run it, so there's not exclusive rights over it. Error in syntax of SQL statement. So it's still got that level error. So I'll have to figure out what that level entry issue is. In this case, so I suggest before you fiddle around too much is back up your database, create like a little backup area. So what I'm going to do right now, copy backup folder, and it's a really good idea to do this. Periodically just back up your database, because you can cause quite severe issues with your database when you're messing around with it now. So I'm going to now actually delete the level record. Delete field. I am then going to add the level field again, just to see if there wasn't anything weird that I did when I actually created this level field. We're just going to leave it long integer for now. I mean, technically it should be normally integer because we're not expecting anything higher. Let's do that. Okay. Are you sure you want to save the table? Close. Let's run it. I really must get going. Let's please. Okay, add question. You guys aren't seeing what I'm doing, but you're going to see the response. It's going to happen below. It turns out I can't spell hello. Add. Okay, same issue. Okay, so there's something going wrong with this level issue. Yeah, if you guys see it, what it is at home, or wherever you're at, just let me know. Cool. Goodbye for now. Hope this video is helpful for the next step of you guys starting to work with your project. Yeah. The next part will be how to select information from the database, and then I would generate that.